Have you ever wondered what real bravery looks like? Is it being big and strong, or is it something else entirely? Today, I want to share a story with you that might just change how you think about courage and kindness. Let's journey together into a world not so different from our own, a world of sunny meadows and deep, mysterious woods. Once upon a time, nestled in a vibrant meadow, bursting with every color of wildflower you can imagine, lived a very special little rabbit named Bruno. Bruno wasn't just any rabbit. He had a heart as big as the meadow itself. His ears, long and alert, weren't just for listening for danger. They were for listening for friends in need. His greatest joy came from helping others. You could often see him, a flash of white fur, darting across the grass to warn a flock of sparrows about a lurking fox. He'd spend patient afternoons guiding tiny, lost beetles, their little legs scrambling back to their families under the cool leaves of a fern, and whenever he found a patch of particularly sweet carrots, he never ate them all himself. He'd pull up a bunch and hop around, sharing his treasure with squirrels, mice, and even grumpy badgers. Bruno believed that a shared carrot tasted twice as sweet. His life was a happy song of small, kind acts. One bright morning, a sense of adventure tickled Bruno's whiskers. He decided to explore the deep woods, a place the older rabbits always whispered about with caution. The trees there grew so tall and thick that their leaves knitted together, casting a perpetual twilight on the forest floor. Moss hung from branches like old wizards' beards, and the air was filled with the scent of damp earth and ancient secrets. Bruno hopped along, his heart thumping with a mix of excitement and a little bit of fear. He marveled at the strange, beautiful mushrooms and the quiet symphony of the woods. But as he hopped over a fallen log, his foot snagged a sudden, sharp pull. He tumbled forward, and a rough rope tightened cruelly around his paw. He was caught in a hunter's trap. He struggled, pulling and twisting, but the knot only grew tighter. The forest, which had seemed so alive moments before, suddenly fell silent. The cheerful bird songs vanished. The rustling of leaves stopped. It was as if the whole world was holding its breath, and Bruno was completely, terrifyingly alone. Fear, cold and sharp, pricked at him. He wanted to cry out, to call for help, but his throat felt tight. He was brave, he told himself. He would not cry. He would be brave. Just as a tear finally escaped and rolled down his furry cheek, a shadow fell over him. It was long and sleek, moving with a silent, graceful menace. Bruno's heart leaped into his throat. A fox. The very creature he had warned the birds about. The cunning predator from all the scary bedtime stories. Bruno froze, his body rigid with terror. He squeezed his eyes shut, expecting the worst. This was it. This was the end. But the sharp teeth he expected never came. Instead, he felt a gentle, persistent gnawing. Not on him, but on the rope holding him captive. He cautiously opened one eye. The fox, its amber eyes focused and intense, was carefully biting through the thick strands of the rope. Snap. One strand gave way. Snap, another. The fox worked tirelessly, its sharp teeth making quick work of Bruno's prison. With a final decisive bite, the rope fell away. Bruno's paw was free. He scrambled back, shaking, his mind reeling with confusion. He looked at the fox, who was now sitting calmly, licking a piece of rope from its teeth. The fox didn't look menacing at all. It looked kind. "Why?" Bruno finally whispered, his voice trembling. "Why did you help me? Everyone says you're supposed to be my enemy." The fox looked at the little rabbit, and a soft, genuine smile touched its lips. Its voice was low and warm, like the sun on a cool day. "Because kindness," the fox said gently, "is always stronger than fear." From that day forward, an unlikely friendship blossomed in the heart of the forest. The brave little rabbit and the clever, kind fox became the very best of friends. They explored the woods together, shared stories under the stars, and looked out for one another. Their friendship became a legend, a living story that proved to everyone that sometimes the greatest treasures are found where you least expect them, and that a single act of kindness, no matter how small, has the power to change everything. Thank you for listening to Bruno's story. I hope it reminds you, as it reminds me, that we all have the power to be a light for someone else, even when it seems scary. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure together. See you next time.